Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Kamiko. This isn't out in the US eShop or UK eShop or whatever yet, it's only out in Japan, but the nice thing about that is they've actually integrated English into this release, and I have a feeling this is going to get announced for an English release soon enough because it's being done by Circle Entertainment, who very recently just published the English version of Faerun on the Vita, so I imagine this will be coming quite soon. There's not that much to see outside of the options menu here. You can see that it offers you the ability to unmap some of these buttons so that only B is your dash button or anything like that, but unless you have really heavy fingers, you don't really need to do that. It's not entirely necessary, so we're gonna go and hit up my save game here. Notably, your three characters all have different save files, so you go through the same set of stages with them, and I've gone to stage 2 with Hinome, stage 3 with Izume, and stage 4 with Yamato. They're all different characters with different abilities, so this makes some sort of sense. We're gonna go through them in the order of stages because Yamato's on the stage that I haven't done yet, and these two are on the stages I have done, so these will go by fast enough that if I fuck up on stage 4, at least I won't feel too bad about it. You'll have seen stages 2 and 3. So let's load up Hinome's game. So anyway, here we are. This is Kamiko. I'm not entirely sure how relevant that name is to anything, but, well, we're here and we're playing it, so we might as well just get started. So, the game is very simple, like Faerun, which this takes a lot from. There is a few things going on for it, but it's not the hardest game in the world to understand. That's a secret, by the way. It took me a while. It took me like 2 playthroughs of this stage to notice that was there, so, you know, you're welcome for that. The idea of Kamiko is very simple. In every stage, you have 4 shrines scattered around in the 4 corners, and you need to go and activate those 4 shrines by, well, any means necessary, and by any means necessary, I mean you need to beat the shit out of everything that gets in your way, which makes perfect sense, right? So, the stages are set out like mazes, and you basically have to work your way through the mazes to find the shrines, like I just did. To get the energy you need to deactivate the shrines, you need SP, and you can see my SP up in the top left corner there. And it goes up whenever you kill an enemy, and obviously if you get combos going, you get more SP out of it. You use SP to also do things like open these locks. And I need to drop that because I need to hit this to get on that. It drops that down, and now I get to, thankfully I get to come back and just open this crate up again, so now I can pick this up. Annoyingly about having to carry these sorts of objects is that if you get hit by a monster, you'll drop it, but you can't attack while you're holding it, so you just have to stand around and wait until there's a clear path through, which is kind of annoying because this game is based on time attack, as you can see by the timer in the top middle. You can turn that off, but still, this game is mainly meant around time attacking because it doesn't really take that long to finish. I haven't played it to the very end, but I know that the game will be very short if they have a top 5 leaderboard for all your characters in the main menu, which I'll be able to show you once we're done. If you're wondering why I'm going through this stage so quickly, it's because I basically know what the majority of the stage is, or at least I remember what the majority of the stage is, so I just have it in my brain, and we can go through it nice and quickly, because I want to be showing off all 3 characters, because I didn't mean to turn on the menu there, but you can turn off the screen shake that you see when you're hitting the monsters, and you can turn off the time display as well. So this is where you come at the end of the level once you've activated all 4 shrines. The game's combat is very simple. It works the same way for all the different characters. Well, not the same way, but basically the idea is you've got one main attack that you can throw out, which in this young lady's case is it's kind of like a boomerang, but it isn't. It's more like a piece of magic as well, but it really isn't either. It's a little odd like that, but still, it's a little boomerang thing that she throws out and it comes back to her. It's a pretty simple concept to understand. Everybody also has a special attack that they can activate by holding down the A button. However, the special attack costs SP, and on a lot of the characters, you're better off just trying to take them out normally instead of using the special attack anyway. Like, let me show you the special attack for her. Yep, that's basically the entirety of the special attack. Every character has one of those, and they all take a ridiculous amount of SP, so there's really no point in using them if you really, really, really don't have to. They're not even that useful in the game's boss fights. I hate this part, by the way, because I basically just have to leg it across that bridge, and if I get stopped by anything, I won't be able to make it over, so I have to run as fast as humanly possible. See? You get basically no time for that one, and the game's kind of a dick like that. Alright, what's in... I think this is... Oh dear. Right, I have to go get more, SP. Which means running around and killing all the enemies, because one of the more annoying things in this game's level design is that enemies respawn, but the things that have health for you don't. So you're kind of stuck with just you're kind of stuck with the health you get as you come into the stage. And this generally means that you might have to continue more than once per stage, which kind of sucks. And that just opens a teleporter down there, and I can take this teleporter, and it will send me up to this part where I can activate the shrine that's here after I take out a few enemies that are guaranteed to spawn there. So, just overall, it's a very mechanically simple game, and again, it's mainly focused on... Well, I mean, Faerun was focused on puzzle solving, and this game is very reminiscent of Faerun, but at the same time, this is more like just solving mazes more than solving puzzles, more or less, right? It's a very simple game like that. The combat is indeed more in-depth than Faerun was, which I'm kind of thankful for, just because I'm not entirely bored to tears at this point, but the game's structure is very simple and quite repetitive to basically summarize it. So you end up spending a lot of time doing basically the same thing, because every stage in this game works the same way, and since you don't have anything else to make the gameplay any more deep, it just gets repetitive after a while, which kind of sucks, because the concept is a neat idea, and I imagine with a bit more just mechanical depth, it could be really entertaining for long periods of time, but it's just the overall simplicity will get to you pretty quickly. Like, I haven't even put an hour into this yet, but I've managed to play through several stages with all three characters, and I've basically gotten bored, more or less, just because of the game's simplicity. It's a shame, because the game looks really nice, and the combat itself is actually really satisfying. The effects when a character gets basically bulldozed by one of your attacks are great. The timings behind all of them are excellent, and every character is somewhat enjoyable to play. I'm the biggest fan of the first character I played, which was the one with the sword, because she more or less is the easiest character to play as a sort of hack and slash style sort of thing, where you can basically just go in and hammer the A button, more or less. It's more fun that way. These two, you have to put these two other characters, the second of which you'll be seeing shortly, because we're about to fight a boss, but we get some free upgrades, which is nice. The two characters that aren't the sword girl take a little bit more practice, but then they're still not that hard to understand either way. So the basic idea is you have to find this power orb, and you have to hit it a certain amount of times. There's 3 phases to every fight in this game, and we just beat phase 1. This is actually like the easiest boss in the entire game for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, this is only the second stage, but the first stage is harder just because it takes longer, which is kind of annoying actually. Really kind of annoying, because I need to get back over here and just... Shit. I hate this boss, but thankfully we're almost done here. Your special attacks don't really help out much, because you have to spend a lot of time charging them, and then you're stuck in place while you activate them. Like, let's see if I can actually make this SP attack do anything useful. Right, if I let it out now... Oh, it actually did it in one hit. That's actually alright, but... Still, it leaves me with less SP to work with when we go into the next stage, which would mean problems with doing things like time attacking and all that. You might have noticed that I cleared that stage in 5 minutes. Well, a typical stage will take you about double that minimum. Like, this is the third stage. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the title screen, and we're going to play with the second character on that stage now. This character is quite different in the way she attacks, but otherwise it's pretty much exactly the same. So, Izume is a little bit different. She can do everything else every other character can in terms of like running around and activating stuff and getting SP or combos and stuff like that, but her attacks are quite different. So, you hit the A button once, and she fires out one arrow, but you can hit it more than once in a chain, and she'll fire out what basically amounts to shotgun arrows, which is a little odd, but nothing too strange, really. She's also I reckon she's the hardest character to work with. I mean, she is a lot stronger than your typical sword character and all that, but at the same time, you have to stop in place to fire off your arrows, which means that if you manage to screw it up, you'll be stuck in place while someone comes and runs you down, which, not too bad of a thing in the grand scheme of things, but it's just worth pointing out. There doesn't seem to be any difference in the way the stages get laid out, or just even their particular order. Like, it'll go in the same order for every character, which makes sense, but at the same time, it's just kind of disappointing because it makes the game feel really repetitive. Just because you have to go through the same stages in order to play the game. Like, it would have been nice to see the order scrambled a bit just to make things interesting, but I guess it's not that big a deal. It's just a minor complaint considering how repetitive the rest of the game is, but I just thought I'd point it out anyway. What do we got in here? Blue orb. We have to find a place to put it. There it is. There we go, one all done, but that gate requires two, obviously. The actual maze design is okay in this one, but it does end up resorting to Faerun's old technique where most of the stuff that you need to find at points is hidden behind things that you can just barely see if you're paying attention, and I kind of hate when games do that. Alright, I have to go and, clear those rocks out first. I'm definitely not going to make it across on the first try. So let's just hammer away at those. There are also secrets in every stage, and you saw one of them, because I hate how these guys respawn. Right. There are also several secrets hidden in every stage, and I've already found a couple of them. They're actually quite easy to find if you're paying attention. It's just, I can accept it for things like... I forgot where this teleporter goes, so we better open this switch up, this box up first. Oh, alright, it's just a health upgrade. Yeah, wonderful. I don't mind when upgrades are hard to find or hidden via the tiniest of, like, graphical details. Those are fine. It goes to reward a player that's paying attention, but when I have to spend 5 minutes looking around for a tiny-ass passage that I've gone and missed because I'm not paying 100% attention to everything on the screen at once, it can get really frustrating. Right. I have to remember where to go next, because these stages are really mazes. They are honestly mazes. You'll be spending a lot of time running around in them, doing basically nothing, looking for what you're supposed to do next, because this tends to happen a lot. Generally, it's that one direction you didn't go in that you weren't paying attention to, and the game has this weird tendency to loop you around back to a place you've already been, so you end up thinking, oh, I need to backtrack from here, but no, it was, yeah, you also have to do these again, which is kind of annoying. I really don't know why they insist on making you do these more than once. I better show off this girl's special attack. bunch of homing arrows, and I'm pretty sure I just took damage there, which seems kind of unfair, but... Well, I can't say I'm entirely surprised. It is this game after all. Where am I going now? Oh, yeah, I assume I'm going up here, because, yep, it's another monster closet. Spiral homing arrows, they're all dead now. I get a ton of SP, but still not really enough to make it work for the rest of the level. I go wandering straight into that, because of course I do. As I was saying, these levels really are mazes. The only real sort of assistance you have when it comes to actually figuring out what's in these mazes is, or figuring out where you are in the mazes, is the 4 shrines. The 4 shrines are generally placed in the corner. So, if you see a shrine, you'll know that, and you remember what shrine it was that activated what light. Like, for example, there's a shrine up here. I'm gonna need 100 SP to activate it. Let's see. This shrine is the top right shrine, so I know if I end up back on this shrine, what shrines I still need to activate, and roughly where they are in the level, but that's basically it. There are points where you have to go to a completely different part of the level in order to get teleported to the shrine that you're thinking of, so it doesn't help massively with that, and it kind of sucks, but it's okay. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory if you, and not so much self-explanatory as much as you'll be able to figure out what you're doing if you keep your eyes open. Which is fine, it's just a little frustrating. So that's the door I need to get the key for. So let's go and grab that key again. Try and take out some of these things on the way so that I have the SP to actually activate the, shrine when I get to it. I'm enjoying it more than I did Faerun, but at the same time, it's it still kind of suffers the same problem where it's just a little bit thin on the ground, and I'm not entirely a fan of it being thin on the ground. It really isn't that bad, though. The presentation is quite lovely. They've done a good job with the graphics this time. I wasn't that impressed by Faerun, but this game is, this game's hitting something that Faerun didn't, and I'm not entirely sure what it is, because it is the same sort of pixelated art style going for it and all that that's meant to give retro memories, but at the same time, I just find myself enjoying this one more, and I'm not entirely sure why. They do put a lot of effort into the different themes, though. Every stage does look different, and they do introduce new enemies that fit the theme, and they've done a good job with all of that, so they've done alright. They really have. Nothing wrong with what they've done here. In comparison to Faerun, which just felt a little dull in comparison, and I have to do this again, so I might as well just do my special attack, because I have the SP to pull it off, and I'll get a bunch of it, so nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have to find that second blue orb. I have to get up through there. This is not where I want to be. Right, I have to go find the second orb. Where is the second orb? Special attack again, screw it. I did say I have done these stages before, but again, they do get quite complicated. Right, this isn't the way I wanted to go, it's the other way. I keep hitting the X button by mistake and bringing up the menu. It's funny, like, it's funny how they expect you to hit the shoulder buttons and stuff a lot, so you end up, like, sprinting by accident, which you don't want to do sometimes in this game, but at the same time, I end up hitting the menu button a lot. It just seems ironic. Gonna need the help. Right, where do I go from here? Probably something obvious that I've gone and missed. Switch again? No, I've already been down there. Where is it? Remember what I said about being a maze? Yup. Where is the bloody thing? I should have played this stage again, because I knew I was going to have trouble with it, but I decided to just go for it anyway, and, well, now I'm paying for that. Ooh, that was shit, actually, for the bloody homing missile attack. Right, let's go back the way out here and see if we can find anything. Probably a switch or something that I just missed. Oh yeah, I can go up the top here, can't I? Yep. Right, and if I head over here, there'll probably be something for me to hit. Yep. I remember now, as I said, that you end up thinking you're done in this one particular area, but you forgot to go down one path and you have to backtrack until you find it. That might be just a problem that I have with these sorts of games, but oh well. Push that. Don't really need the health right now, so I'll leave that. That's the third shrine. Now I just have to get the one to the bottom left. That's the second orb. We all know where that'll go. Except I forgot to hit that switch first. Because I'm dumb. There we go. I'll leave that guy. He's not likely to hit me if I pay attention to where he is. So, through we go. Unlock this door. And the final shrine. So now we just have to work our way back to the thing and we get to fight the boss again. I'll try not to spend as long doing the sword character, because you've seen pretty much what the entirety of this game is. And we're already 22 minutes in, which is kind of silly. Great, no matter what way I go, I'm going to have to go through a bloody monster gauntlet, so I might as well just go this way. I don't know how I didn't get hit by that, that was lucky. There we go. Oop. Probably gonna need the health. I don't remember the boss you have to fight here, but if it's anything like the other bosses in this game, it'll just be find the pattern, dodge everything that it throws at you until it spits out its core for you to attack. The boss design in this game is a bit weird like that, just because of how it handles the actual combat. Then again, I guess you could say that for every game that has the boss deliberately show the weak point after it attacks, but that's neither here nor there, is it? The boss designs are also, I guess, unmemorable. Like, I'll be damned if I can remember what the first one looks like. They all tend to look like this sort of weird technological thing going on. I just got hit twice by these goddamn bullets because they're surprisingly hard to dodge. There you go. One down, two more to go. And I have to deal with this too. It's easy enough when you're playing, what's the word? It's easy enough when you're playing the sword character just because of, how easy it is to just run around and just beat the shit out of all these guys. Number 3. Seriously, look at all these bastards. There we go, that worked. And we'll do that again. Just side, and I took damage, but the final wave is coming, and then it'll drop out its core, which is right there. So if I just Get close enough to it. There we go. The first boss was actually the only boss I've really had any trouble with. Every boss afterwards has just fallen over without me even really trying. Alright, I'll go and play just a tiny bit of the game with the sword character, but since I don't know the stage that it's on, it will probably take me like 20 minutes to get through it, and that won't be very much fun, so we'll just do 5 minutes of just wandering around and swinging the sword a little bit. So this is the sword character. She gets a 3, 4, something like that, hit combo, and her spin attack is, well, her special attack is a spin attack. It's basically that. Nothing particularly special, but at the same time, despite her lack of range, god damn it, despite her lack of range, she's still very viable in comparison to everyone else who has a ranged attack in some way, shape, or form. The switch frozen or something? No, I just didn't step on it properly. That's annoying. Collision masks do seem to be a thing with this game, don't they? It's just a bit weird how the collisions get handled sometimes. But oh well. Don't know where this goes, but it's probably where I need to go next, so might as well hop in and see where it leads. A chest. With a key. Great. Where am I going to have to take this? I don't think I've even seen a key door yet, but this is me we're talking about. I could have just missed it completely. That's definitely not a key door. Let's go this way just because I don't have to, oh, nope, I've already been this way. Which means I'm going to have to drop the key. Wonderful. Put these down. Bloody vending machine there for whatever reason. Oh, let me guess, and this box holds one of the game's health or mana upgrades. Mana, yep. Should have known just by looking at it. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where that key is supposed to go, but we'll probably find out soon enough. What's in here? Blue orb. And there's a switch here, which I managed to completely miss again, because god damn it. Down here, apparently not. There's some health. Might be something in there, no. I have no idea where I have to take this orb, but it's definitely not up. Right, it's probably just up here, isn't it? Past these guys, okay. Well, we're coming up on half an hour, and I don't want to spend too much more time playing this, because if I keep going like this, I'll probably end up playing through the entire game on video, which isn't the best idea in the world. So, that was a quick look at Kamiko. It has the same strengths and weaknesses as Faerun. If you like a sort of puzzle-solving spin to your action games, or rather just a puzzle-solving majority more than anything else, you'll probably like this game. At the same time, though, anybody hoping for anything resembling combat death that isn't more than just swinging your sword at these bastards probably isn't going to be entirely satisfied by this one. I wasn't that big of a fan of Kamiko because its puzzles felt really obtuse, but this one simplifies things a bit and makes it not entirely retarded, so I'm not as offended by this one as I was Faerun, so it's not that bad. And if you were looking to pick it up just to kill an hour or two for $5 when it does eventually come out in the US and Europe, there are worse things you could spend your money on. I can't imagine this game having very much replay value just because it's the same stages over and again. Sure, you can... Like, we'll just return to the tile screen right now. Like, you can play to make your time go fast, to make your... to beat your personal best time. Like, there you can see the little high scoreboards. You can also see the manual, which isn't that detailed, actually, but, yeah. Not entirely detailed, but it's all there. Not bad, but won't appeal to anyone looking for an action game. This is basically for if you enjoy wandering mazes looking for objects to solve very simple puzzles with. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I'm going to stop the video now. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.